Good day to you all, guys and girls. This is Mike here, my 1064, and today I've got like a little unboxing video for you. Now, these are Pro controller shells, okay, for the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, or should I say legendary Pro controller shells, because these are part of an Indiegogo campaign by Game Armor and Comic Controllers for these pretty freaking sweet legendary controllers, right? Okay, and we have one here. Okay, this is just one of the many designs. Okay, so we have, I believe this is like the Princess of the Wild design here, and just look at that design on there. That is going to look pretty cool on my controller. And there are quite a lot of fittings and things here. So we've got the grips as well, we've got the front plate and the back plate. Now these are subject to change somewhat on from the concept to the final design, and that depends on whether the actual site itself, the project itself, you know, gets caught up on any technicalities and stuff like that. Alex of Comic Controllers has very graciously sent me a screwdriver as well for this, so I can actually take the pieces off. I'll be very, very careful I don't lose the screws, because I'm going to need them. So what I'll do, it's very, very simple. You take off the two screws at the bottom of the controller, right, and then that will release the hand grips here. Okay. And that just slides off, all simple like. And now we can look in the underside, and here we have more screws which actually holds the plates on. So here we go, let's try and get in on these. Hopefully I'm undoing the right ones and not the wrong ones. That would be awkward, but I think this is going to be okay. I've got to be very, very careful I don't lose any of these screws. Now, there are 4 designs in total, and I will share a link in the description below as well, so anybody who would like to back the project for themselves and get a couple of these shells. There are 4 designs in total that are based on a number of designs, and this is all in celebration of the 35th anniversary of our all-time favourites series. Right, that's going to come off now. They're going to come out. They're going to come out. You're going to come off. Yes, it's coming off. Our all-time favourite legendary series, and we're not allowed to say too much about it in case it, you know, fires off. I mean, the actual name of the series. I'm sure you can all guess what the series is. Now, this is the only thing that's going to trick me. Ah, right. Okay. There's another screw. Just found there's another screw, so I've got to be very careful. Okay. See if we can take that out. You see the battery on the inside there as well. Do you know what? I didn't realise how easy it actually is to take these apart. You know, I've had this since, I don't know, since 2017 and never decided to take it apart, you know what I mean? And now, here I am, bit by bit. Is there a let's have a look underneath the battery. No, oh, there it is. There are a couple of screws underneath the battery as well. Okay, so I'll just see if we can take them out at all. If I can get on the screw itself. That'd help. There we are. So it is very, very, very much do it yourself. You can, you know, simply get the shells and then just, oh, are you going to come off now or not? It's stuck on, oh, just a screw just popped out of my hand. That's the bottom screw there, okay. Probably should have done this with like a little tray to put everything in, because I may lose some things here. Right, I don't know whether I've got all the screws undone here. Maybe that's what's tripping it up, perhaps. Can't really be many more holding that down now, surely. Okay, another screw just fell out. Got to be extremely careful with these. Right, got the other one out now as well. So that's all them screws. So now that should just pop off, but that still seems to be held down quite a bit somehow. I don't quite know what's holding that down. Have we got any more screws here? Yes, I do. I've just found more screws. They're actually on the outside. Oh God, I'm losing my nerve now, aren't I? Oh dear. Okay. Probably doesn't help that it's around about 35 or 36 degrees centigrade outside, which is cooler than it has been most days because it's been over 40. I mean, if you say 35 degrees and then the Americans see this, well, that's like below zero kind of thing, because obviously they work in Fahrenheit, don't they? But centigrade, it's a whole other story. I think that's probably around about double or something, isn't it? Okay, that's starting to get some movement on there now. Okay, something's coming. I just don't know what is coming. Right, okay. I've done it again. I keep dropping screws, that's not good, is it? Right, the plate is definitely moving now. I just need to see if I can get that to go. Come on, whenever you... There we go, I've just pulled it all apart now. Okay, not exactly what I wanted to do. Right, let's get that back onto there. Okay, right. So I've got to try and get that. Oh, don't tell me the circuit board is now screwed to the back of that as well. That is a lot to go, isn't it? This is a lot more complex than I thought it would be. Right, okay. Nuts. So there's me thinking, yeah, this could be a nice little 5-minute video for you all. And now here I am taking the whole thing apart, losing my screws. I hope I don't lose any more. Right, there's the other screw there. Right, okay. So, how am I going to get that off? Is that on that back plate there, is it? 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later. Problem is now, is my hands, because of the heat, are sweaty now. And I'm hoping the only thing that's holding this down now are those 3 screws that are left. But, like I said, the hands are sweaty now, and it's not getting any easier to do this. Right, okay, that's another one out. And I'd like to thank Alex for sending me a screwdriver to do this. Though I suppose I would be remiss as saying, or rather, you know, a magnetic head would not go amiss here. Right, I do have to find something to dry my hands off a bit here. Just wipe them down my shorts. That's a clever idea, isn't it? Right, okay, come on. I'll get on it. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Okay, we will get this on eventually for this video. It's going to take a lot longer, and because obviously I haven't done this before ever, not on any controller that I've had. Come on, come on. I'm sure Alex is probably watching this and saying, "You don't do it that way." Not like that. But anyway, we're getting now. We're getting there. All I've got is like these 2 flipping screws left to actually get this off, so I can get the button panels off. But for example, like I've got the back here. Right, let's see if I can do this without knocking absolutely everything off. So then the back panel will just simply go on there. Nice and easy. Okay, and now we've just got to sort out the rest of it. So, as soon as I can get those screws out... Have I just found more screws? No, because I'm looking at the wrong side. Right. Right, okay, that one's gone now. Right. I'm grateful that most of the screws are all the same size, except for like the first two. The first two are different size. But I'm having trouble with this last screw on this side here. I just can't seem to get on it and stay on it. Not while my hands and this screwdriver are struggling to stay on it. And I really should. Ugh. Probably not be doing this in this kind of weather. Especially when I'm now like on the last screw. I'm going to have to try to push through. Come on! I really don't want to have to stop the video for, you know, 3 minutes just to try and get a screw out. There we go. Managed to get it now. Hopefully. Oh, it did go. I have to get the bloody cloth again. Ah, come on. The thing is, this isn't even a cloth. This is another t-shirt. Oh, that is tight, that one. As my father would say, it's tight like tiger. I don't really actually get the reference, but it's something that he used to say. I think it came from the Austin Powers Goldmember film. It's tight like a tiger. Oh, for Christ's sake, what have we got now? But you're going to come, aren't you? You're going to come out now, aren't you? Yes. Everything's all coming out. And there's still going to be another flipping screw somewhere. There are so many screws to this. I'll tell you what, this is seriously for those that really are into, you know, modding and stuff like that and have no qualms of taking a controller apart. But as a complete and utter noob, as I am, an absolute novice. Okay, that was not meant to happen. Just throw the screwdriver at the camera now. Right, okay, there we go. We've got that one out now. Right, okay, that's that. Is that going to come now? Is that going to come out now? Can everything come out now? Right, we got everything out. Yay! Yippee! Now, I've got that now, and what I have to do now is move those buttons over to the other shell. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over so then I can use it, you know, exactly how it's supposed to be. So they can go in now. Those can go. Oh, I've got to take the little buttons out as well. Okay. Now this is one of those moments that, you know, you should really take a picture of beforehand, because I'm going to mess this up. Right, that is B, isn't it? B does not go there. B goes down there, okay. Y. Good thing with the buttons themselves is they've actually, you know, they've got the cutouts to help you indicate where they've got to go in. Right, so if I just show you, like, you might just be able to see there. You can see these like little cutouts to indicate where the buttons have to go exactly. Thank goodness, because trying to do this without them will be a lot more difficult indeed. Right, okay, this is the home button. The home button goes in there. What have I got here? That's the plus. The plus goes on this side. I believe it does. Yes. And then the minus goes on that side. Yes. We're getting there. We're doing it. I'm missing a button. Oh dearie me. I'm not joking. I am actually missing a button. Right, okay. That is... Oh no, hold on. Wait. How do you go in there then? Is that start button? That's because it's not come out yet. It's still there. It's still here. It's the home button, isn't it? No, it's the picture capture button. Sorry. Right, we found him though. I must admit, this is kind of like extreme Lego. Right, okay. Let me see. Right, where do you go? You go on there like that, do you? I'm guessing you go that way. Right. It's got like these rubber tabs that you put on the back of it now, and I've done that on the wrong one. That one goes there. That's better. And then this one goes on this side. Following the shapes. And that's a bit difficult, you know, with my big meaty hands in the way. You can't actually see what it is that I'm doing or touching or putting where, what, when and how. Oh dear, something else just fell out. That's going to be a screw, isn't it? Yeah, screw fell out. It's alright, found it. Now, we're going to have to put this on there and get the buttons, all the controllers in the way, and of course me putting that on the back of there, that's no good, is it? Because I have to get to the access points. Numpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Right, okay, they'll just squeeze in now, but what I've got to do now is I'm going to have to put the screws in to hold that stuff in place. So it's time to get these small screws and put everything back to where it's got to go. Now, this is what I was saying about a magnetic screwdriver, which is my own fault. I should have my own one, really, to get these into place. However, there is something I could possibly do. With a little bit of white tack or blue tack. It doesn't help much anyway, but it helps pick up the screw again anyway, so small mercies. Right, now just make sure the screw goes in the hole. Okay, it's not liking that one much. Let's try with a different screw, perhaps. So this screw goes into that hole, and that screw goes into this hole, and this screw goes into another hole. Okay, we're getting there now. I think we found a slight problem, and that the holes themselves, they're not drilled out, they're not burred. Burred being, you know, it has a thread, so you can, you know, follow through. I might not have the strength on this screwdriver, or, you know, being able to hold it and then put it in at the same time. Mind you, this one went in. Ish. Not all the way, but it got there. Right, okay. If I can eventually get everything back more or less into its place. Okay, which hole did that one go into? It's not that one, that one's another one. Okay. This one here, I think. Yes, the one slight thing is it does need to burr out the holes so I can get the thread in now, but I'm going to have to try it with a different screwdriver. It's not working with me for this, so bear with me for one moment. It's really interesting. I say bigger is not always best. That might not even fit the head anyway. But strangely enough, it does do exactly what I need it to do. Beautiful. Now kids, please note that bigger is not always best. unless it fits. Because the last thing you want to do is, if you've got a screwdriver that doesn't fit, it can break the screws, and that is no good to anyone. There we go, that's actually held in a lot better now. All that struggling before. Right, okay, now that goes on there like that. There we go, something nearly like it now, isn't it? So that's that. And now I have to remember all the other screws. Oh dear, did I just pick up the wrong one? Yes, I did. Want that one. Yeah, now. Now, as I was saying, this is the problem with heads now. Okay, that was just a screwdriver falling on the floor because I'm clumsy like that. Right. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, keep trying until you do. So, there we go, this is the kiddie. Haha. I know I had one somewhere. Okay. Here's me, struggling before, and now everything's going to go together like a boss. Right, so that goes there, and then we had a couple of small screws up in here as well, didn't we? Yes. And yet, strangely enough, I'm still missing screws. Okay. It's always that case, isn't it? You know, you always end up with like more screws than you started with, or less. And seeing as this is not an IKEA build, we've ended up with less. Yeah, I've put all the screws in, but there might be something somewhere. Ah, I see them now. Right, I have them in this back plate, the 4 screws that I'm missing. Okay, so that's not a problem. I can get them in. I'm not missing any screws then, that's fine. As I was saying about the magnetic head, does make things all that easier. Oh, there we go. Right. Just squeeze that into there. I know, a lot of concentration on this face of mine. Got to make sure I get it right, that's for sure. Right, okay. Right, now I am actually missing a screw. But as long as everything else is in place, it's not the end of the world. Now it could be, to be honest. I am actually, yes, missing a screw now, but, do you know, because it's one of those, right down at the bottom, it's going to have all the fitting everywhere else. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. Make sure I get the battery back into its place. Clear off the gunk that's on there. Now I've got to try and pop out the screws from here. There we go. Now these screws that were in the back plate, they're silver. So we're just going to put on our back this back plate here. Make sure that fits into place. I mean, one of the best things, you know, about like comic controllers and their designs and stuff like that, their shells, and including these game armor designs, right, is that, you know, they do fit snugly. They do give your controller so much more style, so much more, you know, different designs and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, you know, customization and stuff like that can be a bit costly, and, you know, you can always just go for a different, you know, console, or, you know, different controller, a standard, you know, all ready-made. I'm looking for something else that I seem to be missing, just to make sure that I'm not missing anything else. I think that is it. Okay, right. Let's make sure that these screws go in okay. Okay. Yeah, that one. And then, do I go for example, the original plates, if I can get them on there? There we are. Do I go like that, or do I go with the ones that come with the new shell? Yeah, we'll go with the ones with the new shell, shall we? Look at that! Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I'm going to screw those on there now. And we have the screws on the bottom here. We'll go back to this screwdriver. Did its job the last one, so let me do its job now. There we are. And I'm going to pick you up. Oh, you're not magnetic, are you? Okay, right. No worries. I'll just squeeze that in there. Hold it in place, at least. And then in we go. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Okay. How can I do that for a comparison for you? The problem is I've been packing some stuff away because I'm moving. I'm changing my address. I'm going to go live somewhere else now. Can't tell you where just yet because it's still a little bit ways down the line. But there you are. This is the Princess of the Wild design. Like I said, on the Indiegogo, I'm going to leave a link in the description as well below, so you can, check that out and decide, whether you want to back it or not. There's 4 different designs. So there's this one, there's another princess design, there's also the Hero of the Wild and Hero of Wind designs as well for you to back. You can back one skin, you can back all 4, that's totally up to you, and there's different, bundles and tiers to get behind. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sorry for it taking so much longer than it should have done, but thank you for sticking with it until the end, and also at that moment in between where I had to, go and get another screwdriver. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of our content, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also stay up to date with all the latest news. Ooh, sorry. Oh dear, I just belched in between a burp and a belch. You can stay up to date with all our latest news, reviews, personal views and giveaways and so much more at MikeTendo64.com. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook and Tumblr as well. And until next time, keep on gaming.